Sit down, folks. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Ah, ha, ha. We do expect that all of you must be doing it every morning at your home. But we know 90% don't. It is not that I am asking you to do certain things because you should be doing them, but you have no way out. This human body has one thing which you have never valued. It is called metabolism. Your body is constituent of 10 trillion cells. That's what it is. And 10 trillion cells do change in 72 hours. And when these cells start changing, instead of 72 hours, let us say 74 hours, 78 hours, and 80 hours. 78 hours is the only limit where we can say you're okay. At 80, 82 and 84, we'll say you're not okay. Food you eat, if it comes in 24 hours out of your system, you're okay. If it takes 36 hours, you're not okay. If you take beyond that, you're not very, very okay. There are certain rules which I didn't make. These are not man-made rules, these are body's rule. For men and for women, the temperature in male testicles and female clitoris point should be 1 degree less than the body, and it must meet 1 centigrade less than the body. Now call it religious, call it sexual, call it must, call it nothing. There's nothing you can escape. If the men's testicles are not 1 centigrade less in temperature once a day, they will have neurotic behavior, and so is the female. Now, if you do not clear your bowels of the body, you'll create a root lock, whether you're a male or a female. Your blood pressure will automatically go up. It's not a disease, it is what you get it. Now question is it old age? Answer is no. Then what is it? Is fatigue, is overuse of the body. When you use your body, you must understand, your body has one biorhythm, one frequency, and one psyche. Your psyche must move according to the biorhythm, and biorhythm must move your body according to its standard capacity. Now, you all want to look young. I agree. Have makeup, have dress up, do hairdo, color, paint, whatever you want to do. Will you act young? No. What's the idea of looking young and not acting young? What's the idea of growing up and not being wise? I'm asking you some questions. What is the idea want to be a leader, want to be this, want to be that, and can't deliver. Don't you know God has 3 letters, G-O-D? Generate, organize, either deliver or destroy. Whatever you can't deliver, you will destroy. Whatever you can't deliver will stink. It's become liability. From last month and a half, I am dealing with people. I don't want to say it, that age is Aquarius now, folks, wake up. They don't want to wake up. They want me to wake up. They are hurting. There's no way they will not be hurting. The trust you want to find, the love you want to find, the satisfaction you want to find, happiness you want to find is within you. There's nothing outside. From outside, everything which give you help or take away the help from you is bargain. It is not you. And happiness is not momentary laughter and happiness and relaxing. It is accomplishment. Human must learn to accomplish, achieve. And happier is that where you have most impossible achievement as a challenge and you make it. It is not, happiness is not. There's no substitute for 2 things, victory and excellence. I do not know why 5,000 years of religious training in this country, starting from the judo religion to the modern Sufism, and why in India, starting from the Aryan to the today's religion, why in the Orient, from Shinto to Buddhism, there is still insanity. I fully understand when Nanak started talking, people start throwing stones at him. They called him ghost. They called him out of tune. I can understand that. But I can understand after he spoke, why every religion is not truthful. Why man is lying. We lie early in the morning, sun rises. We all now know sun never rises. We all know sun never sets. We all know the earth rotates. We also read in the same Bible that in the beginning there was a word, word was with God and word was God. And our words are not true. We all know the main thing which is problem right now is I, you, we, us, they, and then thou. I, you, we, us, they, and thou. You know I to they is a lie. The only thing which is relevant in this whole game is thou. He rotates the earth and he rotates it on the axle, he rotates it on the orbit. He creates the 4 weathers. He creates the thief, he creates the saint. If the entire humanity said, God is all, good and bad, big and small, there'll be no unhappiness on the planet. Pain is in the judgment. And they say it is an English slang. There's nothing good and bad, thinking make it so. Why so far man could not find the truth? Why so far man could not teach Kundalini Yoga openly? It's not the Kundalini Yoga, I learned it yesterday. It's an old science. But you see the restriction, you will be shocked. First line of the scripture says, whosoever shall learn and shall teach openly shall die by the first son. That means you cannot live more than 1 year. And when I started teaching it, I say, okay, 1 year is enough. Oh, that's exactly, I follow the scriptures. I just said, okay, 1 year is 1 year. Neither I die, rather I want to die, I can't. You have become so powerful in your prayer, you don't let me go. And neither anybody of you teaching has died, but you have died in spirit. You don't teach. If you all would have been teaching what you have learned, you would have ruled the world. Nothing else will work in your case. Because once you give somebody an experience of the spirit and the soul, that person will always remember you with reverence and grace. You do not know the power you have. All you know is, you don't get up in the morning, do it for yourself, and you do not share with others what you know. My problem was that I am solo crusade. I ran all over the world to teach, and I came to this country to create teachers. I never came here to collect students. Because I and you are two different species. I believe happiness is my birthright. If I'm not happy, I'm losing my birthright, big deal. I'm not upset about it. But I believe happiness is my birthright. There's no reason I can be unhappy. If I am unhappy, because I want to be. Unhappy gives me sympathy, it gives me apathy, it gives me communication, it gives me relationship. I can seduce people with unhappiness. And it is no responsibility, it has no morality to it, there's no ethics to it, there's no nobility with it. All you go, play a very chronic beggar. It's all I don't know what I'm doing. I am really fainting. Notice, every idiot will pick you up. At that moment, he is going through the changes of his life, and you can then, okay, I'm a little better. You know how stupid actor you are? You know what that does to you? It takes away from your self-esteem, self-prestige, self-assurance, and self-power. You lose 4 most beautiful jewels just playing sympathy up the game. And that's the cause of your total unhappiness. Because I know I'm a counselor too. I play very unhappy, very sad, and people fall into that trap, knowingly that when I cannot see a person, how can I be unhappy? I am happy to see a person because in 1 second I know what is what. So what is the rest drama I have to do? Because you all do the drama. Then after a while I say, wait a minute. Don't you think this is what you are doing is stupid? Because unhappiness is created by the individual for his individual purposes, and the purpose is because the individual cannot get rid of his numbness, he needs a stir-up. That's why all these drugs, all stimulant, all relationship, all sensual sexuality is based on human cells when do not change within 72 hours, they create a numbness. You are insensitive. Therefore, your response is insensitive. I was talking to somebody and his attitude was not right. Manner was okay, everything was fine, but attitude was not right. And he said, what's wrong with the attitude? I said, do you see the heavens and the earth meet and that's called a horizon? He said, yeah. I say, higher you go, biggest is the horizon. Till your optical nerve cannot take it. Your life cannot be happy if you do not expand your horizon. I'm asking you, spend this evening with me to practically experience horizon within us. Talking is okay. I can convince you. I'm a very good speaker. But is speaking enough? Is listening enough? Is knowing enough? No. Experience. In your life you have two friends only, knowledge and experience. Rest is a joke. Friend in need is a friend indeed. And when you are in trouble, there are only two things will help you. Your knowledge, how to be, and your experience, what to do. And with what confidence you deliver it. Tonight, I'll express myself very clearly. We are going to see the horizon within our mind at the scale of 1.9 to 2.1 frequency only, which is normal human, which you will find difficulty to reach. But it's not bad to try. All right? Please sit in a tratak pose. Tratak pose is lock your fingers, put your index finger and open your mouth and close your eyes like as they are just powerless. In other words, totally relax your ears, nose, mouth, eyes, above neck, all organs. And just do that. I know I'm not going to look at your teeth, I'm not a dentist, but open your mouth anyway. Relax it. Because in the back of the jaw, seventh vagus nerve is always uptight and the source of trouble. Just relax. Just experience the internal relaxation forever. Relax your eyes, relax your mouth, relax every part from neck onward. Let your mouth be open. Let it fall. Exactly in 3 more minutes, you will feel highly relaxed and extremely irritated. It shall happen if the posture is right. Within exact 3 minutes, because it will start acting on your fatigue syndromes. Do not stop yawning if you feel yawning, and let it go, because you have to learn to relax. A person who does not know how to relax and will always not in a position to act right. Car which cannot stop can never also avoid the accident. In the modern time, your problem is your fatigue, your tiredness, your overdoing. Your headache is there, you take aspirin. Don't you understand, aspirin doesn't cure headache, it numbs it. All medicines you take on the counter are to numb your senses. All drugs, these hard drugs, the liquor, whatever you take in your life is to numb your senses. Rather lying down, relaxing, going in a Shavaasan and just letting it go to refresh yourselves and your memory and your life, give rest to your brain and to your body, you keep on drinking coffee. That's enough to kill your sensitivity. Open your mouth, let it go. What are you going to take it and sell it tomorrow? Let it fall open. Let eyes do not exist. Let mouth just be open. There's no flies in this room. You're so scared, God, it can't be believed. Let it go. Your seventh vagus nerve has to have the pressure to relax your entire system. Play that gentle tape, my every breath, so they can behave. I said relax. There is going to be now tension. You are going to be just itchy soon. And that will increase. For God's sake, give your body a chance to renew itself, okay? Stick around.
Every heartbeat is God's name to me, and every breath of life is ecstasy. Every night is a bliss to me, and I awake in your company. The dawn plays a symphony, revealing reality. Every life is a living God to me. Everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance to me, and every love is God's originality.
The posture is to yawn. That's how we open the mouth, that's what we do. All you have to do is yourself. You are not yawning. You are artificially yawning, that's all. And you are continuous. Seventh and vagus nerve will act, immediately change the neurons, give you a new life. It's cheap.
From the past and future, and now it shall be. With thy name I'll dwell in you eternally.
totally
Every
loose,
kiss is
soon.
God's romance to me.
There'll be
And
tension
every
in the
love
neck,
is
shoulders.
God's
You'll yawn many times, that's
originality.
normal. Let mouth fall open. You know, in temples, synagogue and gurdwaras and all that stuff, you're not going to do this. They don't know this. Let's do it here very calmly and quietly, get rid of this internal fatigue.
I feel the presence of you, and in me, with every breath you impart, I'm in the rhythm with you. In me, from the sounds that I hear, I play the music of you. Within me, through your words you are here, so I sing the glory of you. Every heartbeat is God's name to me, and every breath of life is ecstasy. In a breeze, I feel you touching me. In every face, I see you looking at me. By your grace, I'm in harmony, living reality. Every life is a living God to me. Everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance to me, and every love is God's originality. Such to God, such happy, such non-cozy day, such such to God, such happy, such non-cozy day, such to God, such happy, such non-cozy day, such to God, such happy, such non-cozy day, such.
You have crossed first 11 minutes. Your lymph area is going to go through heavy changes. Many of you may find little pain in the liver area or spleen, or your breathing may go off or you may stop Be cautious and careful. Body will now go through heavy changes.
And I awake in your company. The dawn plays a symphony.
All you require to be steady and conscious.
Every life is a living.
Give body a chance to heal itself.
Everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance.
Pains will be everywhere, wherever the body is recuperating. We don't promise anything. Be watchful.
I hear and see and speak.
Hang your mouth as normal as you are yawning.
Each breath reveals
Create an artificial yawn, that's all it is.
so true. From the past and future and now it shall
Give rest to your eyes.
with thy name I'll dwell in you eternally. Every life is a living God. To me, everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance to me, and every love is
Don't close your teeth. That's just reversing what you are gaining. Fall apart, fall apart. Let the fatigue go once from the system. The main glands in the system and the main organs in the system is going to go changes.
In me, with every beat of my heart, I feel the presence of you. And in me, with every breath you impart, I'm in the rhythm with you. In me, from the sounds that I hear, I play the music of you. Within me, through your words you are here, so I sing the glory of you. Every heartbeat is God's name to me, and every breath of life is ecstasy. In a breeze, I feel you touching me. In every face, I see you looking at me. By your grace, I'm in harmony, living reality. Every life is a living God. To me, everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance to me, and every love is God's originality.
Discomfort and pain will increase now. body where the areas are damaged will have a fresh supply of the blood. And body, because have been put under long tension, will start hurting in those areas. Enjoy this pain, because what follows will be the worst. This is at least your body is recuperating. Pain is already there, you never noticed it. Because you are just hyper, you go on tense situation. Now try to give your body the rest. You have only 2 minutes left. Cover for your cheating and your neglect. Put your posture right. Try to go through the for next 2 minutes. Beyond that we can't extend. That's the end of it. Too much healing is no good either. Last minute.
And every love is God's originality. I hear and see and speak of you. Each breath reveals this universal truth.
Inhale deep. Hold the breath. Turn your body, left turn, tight all the way, all the way. Breathe out. Inhale right there. Stretch more to the left as much you can. Quickly turn to the left, all the way to the other side. Go opposite. Tighter, tighter. Relax. Now, I give you out of mercy 5 minutes. And then the second exercise of this will come. I just want to tell you, you are all not very old, that your body is very, very tense. To me, you look like you live on atom bombs. I am the oldest among you, and I am more stretched and stressed than anybody in the planet because I work very hard. But even sometime when I want to relax, it's very convenient. You've got to learn scientifically to live relaxed, whereas to balance out the tense life. Now stretch your legs, move your shoulders. Yeah. Just let it flow. The only thing God gave you is the body. thing. Thank you. Shape up, shape up. Your day was good? You survived one more day? When we bought it, we knew it, but wanted the day to come. Looks good too. Looks good too. Coral has gone so original coral has gone so costly, so ridiculous. I was asking somebody, what is 9mm coral will cost? $100 a bead. What went wrong? I'm not aware.
Maybe it's artificially not available.
No, it's not in the ocean. It died.
From pollution?
Huh?
Maybe from pollution.
Mediterranean becomes a polluted sea. There's nothing. White coral and this red coral. Italian coral, thank God. Oxen blood is not available at all. Today? We'll finish the class right here, Shanti? Finally, I found the yellow robe.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
I think you give him a flower. He said you want to give him a present.
All right, let's do the second part of it. Now, the second part is meant to open up your rib cage. It will be little shocking to you that how weak you are. You realize that. But don't worry, we all are. So it's not something we should worry about. Opening up the rib cage means, it is just a very mystical word, opening up the rib cage. Actually, it is expanding your energy. God took the rib out of the male and created a female because he didn't have any bones in stock. But these are all symbolic. 6 days he worked, 7 days he rested. He doesn't know how to rest. But we describe God as we want it. First I was asking in Cornell University to speak on God. This guy, Archbishop, took away all my time also. And this guy came to me, the chairman of the conference. He said, would you like to speak after lunch? I said, as you please, but I don't think it's necessary. He said, well, the audience here is bored to death and they all come to listen to you. So we know after you speak there will be no audience. But I like to extend it. I said, no, how much time we have? He said, 5 minutes. I said, more than enough. What, you're going to speak in 5 minutes? I said, at least I'll introduce myself and tell them that after lunch we'll speak and so all can come. He said, that's a fine idea. I got him on the podium, I said, folks, my God, your God, our God. By God, nobody knows what God is. God is all, big and small. Thank you very much. And I have done my speaking. If you have heard it, you are wonderful. If you have not heard it, go to the doctor and take care of your ears. Walked away. Nobody has heard that small a speech which says everything in 1 minute. This morning, I just got up, I wrote a poem, then I read it to BBG so that you can write it to preserve it. Then I gave the English translation on this part. Sooner or later, I'll talk to you. You who have followed with me for 23 years will not understand. It's not your fault. It'll be my way of talking. It's very difficult for me to now understand why people look at each other, why they talk about each other. It's extremely difficult for me to understand why you have problems. What is the problem? Some people have to have problem, so some people can feel they have no problem. But those who feel they have no problem, if you look at them, they have more problems, those don't have problems. So, it's individual insanity. Problem is no problem. No problem is a problem. Now, if I start talking like that, you won't understand anything. But that's the only truth is. Problem has no problem, and no problem is a problem. There's nothing good, nothing bad. Thinking make it so. And one who thinks is a fool. That's what Nanak said. Soche sochna hove, je sochi lagwa. Think 100,000 times, it won't work. So what are you thinking? You think. You are a human. You can't think. Thinking is your intellect process. That's the only karma you have, not to think. So if you don't think what you do, Be intuitive. That you don't know how to. I once went to Mexico. We got into a boat ride. He took us out of the lagoon about 45 minutes, then we were in the open ocean. I was talking to him, how long you have this boat? For last 20 years. I said, Vaheguru, that sounds right. You're an expert navigator. He said, must be. I said, what do you mean must be? He said, I have no compass, I have no radio, I have no emergency flare, I have no motor, I have no this, I have no that. I said, wait a minute. He said, we don't believe in instruments. I said, you're telling me we are in this ocean, in this boat, and he said, we are disconnected the word. That's the joy of being in the boat. Don't you think so? I told my other colleagues, I said, folks, we got this boat, and all these instruments you're looking at, they are just there. They are not working. They said, no. I said, ask him. And one guy was very straightforward. He said, when last time your all instruments were working? He said, about 18 years ago. What happened? He said, I don't need them. So we all said, God bless us. He took us deep into the ocean. We even couldn't see the shore. We were all very sad that when he takes us back. He was very happy. Finally, the weather became very choppy and extremely windy. 3 knots to 5 knots, 5 knots to 7 knots. And the waves were just hitting us left and right. And the boat started dancing up and down. And I said, is it okay? He said, what wrong can go? I said, what do you mean? He said, all we can go is we can sink. I said, when we sink, do we have lifeboats? He said, what for? You can swim. Don't you know how to swim? I said, yeah. How many miles we are out in the ocean? He said, about 25, 30. I said, we are going to swim now 30 miles to the shore. And I said, is that ever happened? He said, many, many times. I said, you are not worried? He said, what for? This is ocean. He asked me, where are you from? I said, I'm from United States. He said, don't you know, ocean is ocean. It's too big. It can do anything it wants. Relax. I say, I used to teach that. And we sat down and weather became choppy and boat became dancing on that and clouds came up so heavy and we looked at each other and we said, Satnam, bye. He said, what you said? I said, well, we have said to each other goodbye. God knows we'll make it or not. He said, sure we will. If not, our body will end up on these. Sure. I said, how you know? He said, it happens every year. Looking at the man's confidence and quizzing him for a while, I started laughing. And he said, why you're laughing? He said, you think by this insanity, you go what you go through. But I am enjoying it. He said, what you are enjoying about? I said, your confidence, your faith. He said, look, man, there was a boat, new, 3 times bigger than mine, with every equipment, and right before my eyes, it sank. And I picked up all the survivors, and I made it to the shore. Trust me. I said, we have no choice. So you have no choice. When I say to you, don't trust me, you feel very upset. When I say to you, don't believe me, you get very upset. This man is our leader, he's guiding us for all these years. And we think he's a man of God and holy man, and he tells us, don't. What I say is, try me. Trusting and believing is a silly idea. Try and see it works or not. Life is a living, organic system. No dullness to it. Try. Try again and again. You shall win. Now this exercise is for our own energy, and it goes. Don't let the arm touch, please. Keep 6 inches difference. Shoulders tight, rib cage all out, chin in, and stay there, enjoy your day. Yeah, chest out, chin in, hands back, fingers all open, antennas must let the energy flow. It will heal you, but makes you miserable right this minute. And its misery starts at the very start. And as the time will progress, you will relax. It will do the reverse. It will make you comfortable in feeling. That made you miserable in the end. It makes you miserable in the beginning. So, because it is opposite to that. No. Hands only, the fingers have to be open so all the 10 antennas can work. It's a very simple exercise. Secret it, let there be pressure on your diaphragm area. Don't go back enough. And it will return your youth back to you. Simple thing. You have 3 minutes more to go through. Take the angle, tense and go like back and put the rib cage up and diaphragm will be pushed. You have never pushed that in your life. Today for some maybe the first day or many might have done for a few times. But stretch it out. Give it a chance to renew itself. It will pull to your first and second chakra. That's how pull will be. Try to make the breath deeper and deeper, though it will try to become shorter and shorter. Fight it out. You have half a minute left. Inhale deep. Stretch upward, please. Stretch. 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 Relax. Third exercise which you have to do without any rest is put your hand in front and let the hands hang. That's it. Play that Angsang Vaiguru, eh? It looks very simple, but we're going to tear them apart. Let them just hang from wrist downwards. Just relax them, rest, keep them straight. Come on, keep up. Inhale deep. Hold tight. Hold tight. Inhale more. Hold tighter. Cannon breath. Breathe out. Inhale again. Deeper. Hold tight. Breathe more. Hold tighter. Breathe out. All the way. Inhale deep. Deep. Hold now. Relax. Today is what day? 16th. Of what? 19. Well, it's a great privilege of Sikh Dharma, and especially for the entire Sangat of Espanola, that we will robe and honor Har Gobind Singh on a mission to go to Moscow and share Sikh Dharma with all the needed people who want him there. It is answering the call. In Sikh Dharma archives, there is a first robe which was given to me by the American Sikh Dharma, and same will be transferred to him today. The ceremony has been fixed at Shanti's residence, and those who have the privilege, time, understanding, soul and consciousness, it is very, very religious and graceful to participate, to send him with your blessings and prayers. Mission is not a question of doing. Mission is a question of dying. And then living forever. There's but to do and die. There's not to reason why rode the 600 into the valley of death. They live today among us in our hearts. Many have died as worms. The axe has fallen. Bell has tolled, and he'll be on his way. It is up to his consciousness and grace that he fights to last breath. Is not a human commitment, is a human faith. Is my prayer that he keeps the flag flying and joins the line of history which shall record him for eternal truth. So after the class is over from here, I'll request everybody and all those who want to participate to join me so that we can send him gracefully. I'd like to share with you, Har Gobind, one thing. When I came, I didn't come for all what I'm doing. At least you are being told you are luckier than me. I came to teach in Toronto University with all set position. I had knowledge, I was an acknowledged person, I was experienced, I have all relations, I brought with me wealth enough that I could survive without doing a thing. But when I landed in Montreal, they told me my luggage has not arrived. But when I came to Toronto, they told me nobody has arrived. Country like Canada, 45 degrees centigrade chill factor temperature outside. I was standing there with a silken robe and underwear, $25 in my pocket, and landed certificate. And that's how I started. I never turned back. Whatever you'll go through, just remember, death is more honorable than to be a coward. Never return till success kisses your feet. I don't promise you anything. Rather, I'll be very glad if you go worse than my time. But my prayer is that God should not put any human through that treacherous tragedy what I went through. That's why I have undertaken to honor you, and I'll robe you myself so that you can understand. Nobody robed me. Circumstances forced me, and hand of God protected me. That's why people in this land and at home don't understand me. I wrote today a poem where I said, with two eyes, wealth is precious, but when the one eye, third eye opens, the value of the entire earth is like a blade of a grass. If that poem is translated English and typed, I hope Ranjan must have done it, I'll hand it over to you in person. Tragedy, torture, betrayal, insult, poverty, hunger, without clothes, without knowing anybody. A relative turns against you, weeks and weeks, no food, snow to walk in, no shoes, no place to go to bathroom. And the most modern country, Canada, I went through it. Exactly what I'm saying to you. The opportunity arose, and I came to United States with $35. You can see them in a couch still on the altar, exactly that amount. To me, God made me a human being, and that's the highest privilege. That's why I don't pretend to be anybody more than that. The beauty of me is nobody will ever understand me and nobody will ever forget me. And that me has nothing to do with me. My peace advice to you is, where I is, thou is not. Where thou is, I doesn't exist. Just remember that. And acting in that behavior is third eye. The mission you are going to do is a mission where you will become deathless and you will evoke many souls by your pure touch. We are sending you with love and honor. That is human. We are trying to give you love and affection. That's human. But if you go there on the mission and you do not turn yourself to be angel, you shall fail. And to become angel is easier than being human. And the secret is, bless all, big and small, answer the call, everything will be solved. Yeah, I wrote the poem, yeah. You translated it? Can you read it? I don't know the eyes. Yeah, she was my dictating. Read it.
It's not quite transcribed yet, but when my center eye opened, I looked at the world like a blade of grass. Great Guru Ram Das protects me. From one we have come 1,000, 100,000. Soul has left the greed. Death has left with open mouth. Life and death has this side. God is infinite. Infinite is God. It is God's world. Faith is that of God. Wisdom belongs to this world, and God belongs to all. But if the third eye is not open, the soul remains dormant, and there is no God's protection. Talks, time, today, tomorrow. Matters of life are not solved, and we have lost hours and days. In tomorrow's matter, in tomorrow's talk, listen to Guru Ram Das. All matters shall be solved.
Now should I read you in the vernacular how I wrote?
Yes, sir.
खुली मेरी एक अख दुनिया दिसे वांगू एक कख साहिब रामदास दी रख एक तो हो गए लख आत्मा ने तमा छड्या मौत दा मूंह गया अड्या जीवन मौत दा ए लख अलख निरंजन निरंजन अलख रब दी दुनिया दीन है रब दा जुगती जुगत रब है सब दा पर जे ना खुली तीजी अख वांझी आत्मा ना रब दी रख गल्लां वक्त ते अज ते कल मसला जीवन दा कोई ना हल विगड़ गए घड़ियां ते पल कल दा मामला कल दी गल रामदास गुरु नू सुन लै सारे मामले होसन हल It is in diverted akshari and it is 9-stroke poetic rhythm. So we'll type it out, give it to you so you can remember it. Go to die. You will live forever. Go to live. You will die in your own disgrace. That's the mission of the soul. Those who have to do it have to understand clearly the fundamental law of it. When you grow up in this spiritual world, all worldly facilities, worship, respect, woman, money, politics, all comes. Respectfully bless it and keep going. I can tell you something more personally. There's not a one man of spirit or holy man, big and small, donkey and yankee, who has not met me in the past 40 years. What I've learned in meeting with them, they have become shops. Never do that. Be yourself. Be yourself all the time. Just remember, if you keep yourself to yourself, you're keeping a gift of God with you, and grace of God will come to you. If you give yourself for any price, you have lost it. It's a mission of the soul. Guard it with your soul. Keep the flag of the Guru flying and don't let the grace go. You will, after a while, feel a lot of bites you can have, and they will offer you a lot of opportunities. Dates will be many. Dates will be many. Rates will be many. But one bite, one hook, learn from the fish how entangled on the hook with the string, asking for the water she can get back. You have to guide your own mission. It will be like that boat, no instrument. जिनका ना खुदा नहीं होता उनका खुदा होता है, किश्तियाँ खुद ब खुद किनारे पे चली जाती हैं. Those who have no instruments and no captains, such boats also reach the shore by the hand of God. That's all I can share with you. I hope you will take this opportunity with love, devotion and affection and complete the mission. You are not a preacher. You are not going to preach the truth. You are going to share the experience of truth as a teacher. Right or wrong, this Sangat has a lot of pride in you. You are a son of this land. And that's where we started. You are the first missionary being sent on a mission. Mission has a huge magnitude. It requires attitude and manners to complete it. Trust in God, dwell in God, and try Guru Ram Das. You don't have to have faith and belief. That's ridiculous. Try him everywhere. He knows better, he'll come through. If you have ego, he has ego too. He comes handy all the time. He's the Lord of miracles. Don't worry. Life is a route. In faith you win. You lose in doubt. Without faith, there's no cloud. Go and do it, but never come back again. Let the word come to you. That's what happened to me. You are expected to do 10 times better than that. You know, my enemies have more respect for me than my students. My enemies remember me more than those who love me. Their telephone bill is much higher than anybody of you. I don't care what they talk. All I know is they talk about me. Just remember, that's a part of the territory. Go with that grace, with that determination, and with that spirit, and let Guru prevail. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Blessed soul, blessed spirit, give us the bounty, the bliss, and the blessings to excel, to love, to be in peace. Give all what we need in Thy glory, in Thy grace. Give us all the strength to serve Thee here and hereafter. Love us so we can love all. Give us, we can give all. Be us so we can be in all. Is Thy word, Thy will, let it prevail. Satnam. This is the birthday of Ravi Yar Singh, and it is the same day we are sending Har Gobind Singh. So first of all, enjoy the cookies here. Huh? Oh, that is yours too? Why don't you write all the names in one paper? You think I am Vice President Koel to give me wrong paper so I can spell it wrong? It is Ravi Yar Singh, Satguru Singh birthday. And cookies will be served. As many you want.
Satnam, I wanted to let everyone know about the class schedule, if you could listen for a minute. Tomorrow night there's a class in Albuquerque. If you don't know where it is, ask any of us. Thursday night at Santa Fe at Sipapu at 7. And then next week there are no classes because it's our summer solstice. If anyone here doesn't know about solstice and wants more information, please also ask anyone here. In fact, if you can come Sunday, we have a service up at our land in the mountains above here, and you could find out all about solstice when you're there. Maybe you could come and do one day of tantric yoga or whatever. There's much to find out. The big thing to remember is that 2 Saturdays from now, on June 27th in the afternoon at 2, is something called Peace Prayer Day, which is a beautiful ceremony and service. There's many speakers and entertainers, and it ends with a healing walk led by our Native American friends. So please try to come to Peace Prayer Day. And then again, the classes start at Sipapu in July every Thursday night. There won't be classes here on Tuesday night in July, but they will be at Sipapu. And ladies, you're all invited to come to the nightly lectures. So ask about women's camp in July. Then in August, everything starts back the way it is. So all this information's on the bulletin board, and please feel free to ask. Thank you.
She's here. She's staying permanently at the Lotus Trail with Jaja in City Center, but in the meantime, till there's room, she'll be at South Trail.
right now, Shakti's going to be staying in her room, so we're just going to, for a week, she's going to kind of move around. And probably stay up at Solstice for 3 or 4 days to experience that.
Yeah, but she... the World Forum. And we went there. Their fear came true. We took over the entire conference, which they wanted to avoid badly, but they couldn't help us. In that conference, there were 300, almost 300, what you call them, legislatures from different part of the world. 300 religious people and 200 world-known scientists. And they told us that the planet Earth shall not survive at this rate of destruction. It was a phenomenal accuracy and study and amazing what we saw. Religious people were requested to go back, influence their congregation, and legislators were asked to study the situation and go back to talk to their governments. It was 1 week session. In this 1 week we met a lot of people. Amazingly and surprisingly, I took with me somehow, just out of pure intuition, my one tall walking stick, which you know we have 2 of them. And though the security was very tight, but we were not checked anywhere, even to the camel. We were 1 person extra, and their security is flawlessly tight. But when we went at the gate and we said, well, she's my chief of staff and she doesn't, somehow they brought the entry permit themselves and said, oh, you are already invited. Pravda put a front page picture and only focus at our delegation. There were a lot of successes. We met a lot of people. And second time, in between, BBG I think went twice and she talked to a lot of people. And we started with drug rehabilitation program. Doctor, one other person came here to study here for a month or so. We met a lot of people. And now, according to our report, there are about 450 students who want dharma. They don't want anything else. And we have a lot of students there who are willing to join us. Karamjit Singh is there, and our Nirankari mission is completing its first supply, and we have our goods at New York, custom cleared to be sold as first consignment. There is only one private joint venture which has come into existence as it is. There is a possibility to export businesses there. And if all comes true, we'll be very, very busy. But you know, sometimes we are Americans. We forget Russians are Orientals. They have very deep patience and infinite capacity to tolerate, which I have never seen in any nation. For one piece of bread, a woman can stand in a line for 5.5 hours and will not show any sorrow and stress signal on her face. I've never seen so powerfully loving, beautiful people. Once Russians are friends, they are friends for you for life. When they are not friends, they will be very courteous, but will never invite you to their home. I never recognized and realized why I am being invited to every home. But later I was told it was the only honor they bestow on very few people. Why I'm refusing? I said, I don't have time. Out of 300 spiritual people who were there, shockingly almost everybody one way or the other met me. We were at Kimberlin party, which was a state dinner, very lavishly done, very gracefully done for all the delegates. And the president of the USSR, then USSR, and all ministers made it particular to give us special honor and special treatment, for which we never understood the reason. That was then. Then we went again and we opened up a lot of doors and many hearts. We have lots of friends. Somehow it came to me that this is the time we should give this honor to Paisa Hargobind Singh to start the mission there. After all, life is a life. And I'm not saying that life and a comfortable householder life with your loved one, kith and kin, and being in people and being worldly successful and spiritually successful is impossible. But they are one among many who do not care what success is and what defeat is. All they care is they put their best for the best cause. I personally remember this situation fell on my neck, and I can totally honestly tell you, I was totally not prepared. When I came to United States and Canada, I never knew, honest to God, what is going on. I still do not know, standing here, what is going on. I have three questions. Why Hargobind?
I have the same question.
That is my question. Second is, what for? And third is, it is just or not. I have answered for this. If not Hargobind, who else? Why not? Second is, who the hell cares? And third is, death is inevitable. If he shall die obeying me, I'm not putting any other purpose in it, just personal. It will be a recorded fact that one human being surrendered his ego to the tyrant will of another human being. And if I am a classified, qualified liar and a professional debauch and the ugliest and dirtiest man on this planet, if I am giving this missionary process to him, and if he succeeds, his success will be recorded in the history, and he will become deathless for the safekeeping and record for the constituency in which he uplifted the souls. That is earthly. Mentally, he is not firing big cannons here If he'll go and mess up there, it doesn't matter. On the other side of the mental age, he's useless, hopeless, and terrible here. Give him a chance. If he rises, then the God shall bow to him. And just remember, it's the worst who make the best. That's the law of polarity. In-betweens are in-betweens, and they're always in-betweens. So, in my...
You made me feel better, sir.
In my confused judgment,
Very good now.
in my confused judgment, I have chosen the worst of all, which in my eyes is the best of all. Because I know how rotten, worst, and lunatic I am. So I needed a little better lunatic, rotten and worst for my job. And that's my mental approach. Now spiritually is, his destiny is a Har Gobind, the master of the imperial world and the earth, the hero of the downtrodden and uplifter of the humanity. A man and God combined in uniqueness. And with all physical and mental rot, his graceful face, his imperial personality, and in spite of all his mental lunatic anger, his respect, his obedience, and his existence and senseness toward this dharma is more than me in many ways. Therefore I feel, as Sri Singh Sahib Bhai Sarvabhajan Singh Pansa, the master of the age of Aquarius, by the will of the gods and by the blessing of Guru Ramdas, to honor him with a robe of a mission. And I feel absolutely conscious, mentally clear, and physically steadfast that I have chosen a very deserving candidate. My peace advice to him is, death is inevitable. This is one chance to become deathless. Same was for me, same is for him. I was earthly very successful, mentally very respected, spiritually very elevated. It's true, I am a Mahantantric, I am a yogi, and I am more than what people know me. But when I came on this mission, my each hair cried in pain, and my each molecule shadowed with insult and disrespect, and treachery, betrayal, and inhuman behavior towards me was classic. Is a truth which I cannot deny to you all. If man of my caliber can stand all that, Har Gobind is far better than that. Question is applying himself. When I came to United States, forget that, when I came to Canada, the treachery in human values was so great. People used to ask me, what has gone wrong with me? And I used to sing this song. One day the day shall come when all the glory shall be thine. People shall say it is yours. I shall deny not mine. If you know English, you understand it's a double, plural, negative, positive in a composition. There cannot be English expression so definite than this. And people almost in their mind thought that I have reached the farthest stage of insanity. Try to understand a gentleman walking in the streets of Toronto with newspaper wrapped around his feet with strings to avoid snow. Try to understand a gentleman walking on the street with a cotton bush shirt, strapped lined western pant which does not fit him, and a polka-dot pink turban. Now what the hell that dress can make him ever look a yogi? No, I'm just explaining to you. Every friend from India and relative not only betrayed but denied that I know them. With those sentiments, I am explaining to you why Hargobind. And with that tiredness attitude, I want to send him to the impossible. I am very sorry I can't explain to you, but I want to tell you, you are earthling and you are mortal and you shall all die unrecorded. The only recorded history today is one who served their master and their will. They become God's will. As it is in the scriptures, so I am trying this as an experiment. I invited you to give your prayers. I invited you to bless him. I invited you to pray for him. I invited you, let us see that we are Sikhs. And my definition of the Sikhs which I was taught by my goodness in a Roman English is simple. Honi naal jo lande matha, Sikh akhavan soi. Kai var has ke honi ant nu mur mur roi. Those who face the calamity head on are called Sikhs. Many times calamity has laughed in victory, but in the end it has always cried in defeat. Therefore, not judging the positive, negative, neutral, human, inhuman, angelic, spiritual, mental, and any aspect of life, I have asked Hargobind to give me his Hargobind and transfer it to the work and mission of Guru Ram Das and go and serve those who do not know him, elevate those who he cannot imagine, inspire those who he doesn't understand how to, talk to those whose language he doesn't know, and divine them and produce teachers out of them for which he himself does not know. But still, my faith is honest and it will work. With all the tragedies of life and treachery of circumstances, you shall succeed. There is no power on this earth which shall fail you. If Guru Ram Das is your true Guru and is your guidance and you lean on him, there is not a medal of victory. Victories and all the occult powers of the world will serve you as servants. That's my experience, and that should be your choice. If you pick up your choice, go to the house of Guru Ramdas, do your prayer, bow, and come back and ask me to robe you, I will. You are ready? Get in this. I knew one day it was difficult when I got into this. This was the first thing. I tell the history of this robe, don't misunderstand. It was thrown away by an American. What do they call that garbage thing?
Numbs.
Now you have your house outside the house.
Trash can.
Container, that big one.
Garbage can.
I came by and I saw it. And I said, this robe, this cloth, it was a cloth. Why you threw it? And they said, it is useless. And I said, this useless cloth will be the honor of the tomorrow. And whosoever shall wear it shall be the most blessed one. Few days later, I was also robed in Guru Ramdas ashram exactly like this. And I remember it. And this useless cloth, which was in that bin, whatever that was, I wore. And this was, I was searching for, out of the archives. And today this same useless cloth, in a form of a robe, you are wearing it. Guru Hargobind was walking, and he saw a little boy crying in the garbage pit. He asked people, go and see what it is. They lifted it, they said, it's a boy. He said, bring him over. To him, it is very gandai, but it is very ugly. Yes, is the and this story of Pai at the throne with Guru Hargobind to tickle him, and used to teach everybody who came in his court, and tested every man of God, and brought worst out of them. And once Guru Hargobind said, why you are allowing him to do it? He said, I don't want him to turn on me and put me through this. So long he does to others is fine with me. So, this robe is very special, and it is blessed one. And I gave to you with my blessing prayers and my request to Guru Ramdas that he should be with you all the time. But just remember, his forgiveness is bigger than his rod of punishment. He is a Guru of miracles, mercy and kindness, compassion and grace, honor, very gentle, noble, and flawless. You may not see him, but from this minute onward, he will look up to you. this is one thing BPG has brought, and this is your guru.
This is your best companion.
This is your companion here and here. I just remember nobody gave me. You are going to assist Gujarat, right? And two more robes. And many will come. But be blessed and do what you have to do in His name. Okay. Now you have to make a speech. It should be all recorded. This is his first mission speech.
How do I look? Well, it'll be short, but I've been here for 21 years, and your heart, your prayers, and your thoughts and your memories will definitely go with me. And this is my home, and I'll take it with me and create a new home over there. And when you come to visit, you'll be treated as kings and queens, and that's a promise. And the mission's there, and I can't wait to embrace it. And your support and your prayers are pushing me out, kicking me out the door. But I'm ready, and this honor is more than I ever thought would be bestowed. I'm very grateful, and just thank you.
Bhagavad
You will love it. I went 3 times and I loved each time I went. People are so
They are very humble people, very
so
graceful
loving
people, and they're
hospitable.
very loving people. All the propaganda you have heard, I tell you my own expression. I was supposed to go to Russia and be their teacher. I ran away to Canada because the PR was very heavy, godless society and this and that. But first time I went there, I met all the holy men. I was so shocked. They are so pure. They are so innocent. They are so kind. I've never seen anybody. In normal life, they are very graceful people. And there this temporary difficulty will pass very soon. And they will surpass everything. Go, you have all to do. Do it all in His name. And everything will happen.
This road is very high.
I tell you why I liked it. This was the first good cloth I ever had on my body since I came from India. No, you will have warm everything there, don't worry. There's no dearth of things there. I still have a lot of friends in that country. Many here, many there.
Isn't this the robe? It's a picture of the Surgeon son lying down asleep at the back of that Indian Gurdwara in Washington, D.C. He's lying on the couch asleep and the robe is hanging off.
This is the only one robe I wore first time. And I never knew at the naiveness of the fact. How can they, this was a cloth, and they threw it into the bin. And I looked at it and I said, no, it's not the way she is. And I was told it's useless. I don't know. who sent it to you. Brought it, sent it for dry clean. I don't know who made the Green made it. Green Askin, I think, made it. No, that was later. And I know I came to teach a yoga class 2 days later and they gave it to me to wear it on. And I can't, it has gone to many president places and it has met many senators and congressmen. This robe has met many more people than me, including dry cleaners, so don't worry about it. And this is a very befitting color. Look very nice.
It does.
So for Moscow you love it, you know.
Okay, we should take the picture with the family, Hari and Madhishwar.
Yeah.
Rinse all round.
Now first 3 of you go. Then the council here and then everybody else. Bandi Chot, they should tell you a warning.